Tonight is December 3rd, 2011, and we are on the second day of the retreat. And as the center in Oklahoma City. Before we get into the session question and answer, I just want to say something. We didn't have opportunity to tell you in the meditation session. As some of you already experienced the first sitting in mandala way, that is in the circle. What is the difference between the regular sitting and mandala sitting? That you see the universe is all the way in the sphere, right? And most of the orbit of the planet is in the circle. It also has a way how to send out or how to collect the energy from the cosmos. You see the satellite, right? It has a parable half of the sphere. And then they collect the energy, the signal in the universe. And then you can use that to send out the energy on a message. Interesting enough, if you look at all of the city hall, the White House, the most of the very well-known big church for any religion, except for Buddhism. We didn't take advantage on that one yet. They build the tomb on the top of the building to collect energy and also to send out the message to the higher level in the universe. So the way we sit in mandala way, in the circle, and we connect hand in hand to boost up the energy and also to receive the energy from the cosmos. The advantage of that style compared to the other one, that is we can have synchronized energy stronger. We can help more people. We can neutralize on the imbalance, whatever no good. We can support each other because we are living in the present time with too many conflicts, too many struggles, too many fighting, too many disagreements. Even though the member in our family, the member in our work group, in the teamwork, we have many different arguments, many differences, many struggles, many fighting. So by sitting together, we will neutralize or rebalance the energy, the frequency, and we support each other. And also we want the energy to synchronize out to the universe, to harmonize our planet. Otherwise we see the disagreement, the conflict between one planet to the other. That's why the pressure is grab on the Earth's surface. It creates a lot of catastrophe. But the disadvantage of that, you may not have an opportunity to explore for yourself. Because if you want to sit longer, you want to get deep into study, the next person may be low frequency, so they pour out the energy. Because that's our purpose. We want to rebalance, we want to track the energy, and we want to synchronize that in the teamwork mechanism. So that's the advantage, and again, disadvantage is right away when we apply that technique. But we should practice that at home or in a small community. So we will have the harmony of energy. We will have it on it, and we will rebalance the energy for the universe. On the other hand, if we sit in the long row separately, yet the advantage, you can explore yourself deeper, you can get deep inside it, you can sit longer, you can send out a message for your own into the universe. But and then, if we do that, it has an advantage by that, but the disadvantage again, the difference between the frequency, different level, it creates the imbalance energy frequency in the universe. You see, so every single activity, every single phenomenon, it has an advantage and a disadvantage. So depend on our situation, depend on our community. But with me, in general, as you recommend, and most of the new technique, the new group, they really want to help for the society, the community. I recommend them to do that, especially in the family, in the first unit. We have only 2, 3, or 4 people. We can sit down together. We can encourage, we can support each other. Because for the 24 hours, one has to go to work, even though at the meal time, we may not have opportunities to sit, to enjoy, to look at others, to transfer the harmony of energy to each other. See? So that's something you should take in consideration. And secondly, today I have internet so I will show you some temporary site on the web, so in case when you need further information, you can look at this or help your friend or relative when you need. When you go to the website of the www.temple.com, below it, this one. Alright, and you will see this one from the English reader. You will go down, even though this is Vietnamese, but if you go down on the left side, most of that is Vietnamese. Only one, this one, you are healthy living in English. And this retreat for the general practitioner in England. So when you select this one, you will see okay here. You will see the retreat in general for 4.5 days, 5 days in the whole retreat here in the video form. The only problem with this one, because the cameraman is a very old professor. He used the camera 25-year-old, and he didn't know how the camera, so I had to set it up by myself, so it's far away like that, and we don't have a microphone. Secondly, when I explain on the projector, nobody knows how to turn the camera around. So that's why okay, you have to participate in this one, and you need to read through the text, so you incorporate that in, so you may understand it easier. Otherwise, if you never participate in the program, and you just listen to what I'm saying, and you didn't see the explanation on the board, and you may not connect to that. Okay, so that's the only problem. Hopefully, next year we will have 2 more retreats for the English people, one in England and one in Scotland. So I will do that. around in the end of May and the first week of June 2012. Alright, this is for the English-speaking people. For the text in English, you can go to this website. Again, this is the first one. And you can see on the left side, it has even though it is the bilingual, the Vietnamese and the English, you will see the diagram for treatment. So when you click on that, you will see it have categorized in the system. This is the elimination system. This is the muscle. This is the reflection on the body and on the face. This is the circulation. This is the topical skin. This is the physiology and neurology. This is for the digestive system. So some in both language and this is the circulation system. For example, when you have the angina category, you want to know which point you can press to help you to relieve the pain. So you have a picture, it has by both language in here. Or for example, when you have a cough or common cold or fever, you click in here, it will show you the point where you can massage or press on the face. It is very simple, everyone can practice. And most of the disease work very well because it's right on our central nervous system. So the message sent to us head very quick, and the signal sent down to the place where we had the problem is really quick. So it worked very well for the reflective system compared to the other one. When we have a convulsion, okay, we have some point. Okay. So that is for the diagram. Also the second one we have on the one we are talking about today, the form of treatment, the reflection on our feet, the reflection on our palm, the foot combination, okay. So it has both in Vietnamese and in English. So you can massage. And also when you go down here, especially for the English reader only, you have some, I'm talking about the sugar, about some zinc and zinc or acid or alkaline food, some natural products that you can use for cleansing or help certain disease. So it has a whole bunch in here. It's not a lot compared to the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese we have a lot, right? We can now get into the health handbook. And it has many different categories. Kidney, the diabetic, cancer, arthritis, high blood pressure, lipidemia, and etc. So we had a whole bunch in here. And finally, you will see the video again for the Vietnamese broken down into sessions. So in case if you want to explore deeper, because this course from 5 days to 7 days in Europe. in America, I just conduct only 3 days weekend because in America we don't have much 3 days in Europe. So in the future we will have a 5 days or 7-day retreat. We will have more opportunities to explore deeper. Alright, so that is some of the information for you before we get into the question and answer session. Alright, so who will have the first question? Yes.
What can you do? I know you talked about like the brain cell development and kind of like respiration. What do you do to help with that? Like to bring back or to guard your brain cells?
We have many different directions, many different ways. If we want to go, that we're talking about the 4 level of energy or the energy pyramid, we can go directly to the 3rd level or the 4th level, but the 4th level is difficult. Okay, we can go directly to the 3rd level by meditation, and that is directly and healing right away, powerful. We may go from the bottom, from the 1st level of energy, that means through our foot. For example, nowadays we abuse refined sugar. That is one of the most common damage our brain cell, starting from a very young kid. Love candy, love sugar, love soft drink. So what they end up with? Attention deficit hyperactivity. And now that starts to spread out to other, not the kid anymore. So that's the first thing. The second one, coffee, spicy food, alcohol, marijuana, cigarette, the whole one. So if we want to stop or slow down, we try to modify, eliminate it slowly. Alright? Secondly, we can use the 2nd level energy, sensible food. That means we have to try to minimize go to the environment like cell phone tower, television, or the electronic equipment in the crowded area, in the polluted area. We need to expose more to the nature, especially the vast and huge environment with fresh air, with the tree, with the bird, with the stream, with the ocean. The energy from that nature will help to neutralize our negative energy. Right? So we can do one at a time, or we can combine all 3 together. That means we need to modify our lifestyle by eating correct one, drinking correct one, by minimizing to contact of the watch, television, exposed to the electronic device, etc., and get in touch on outdoor activity more, and we can practice meditation more. 3 together, so it can help to restore it and to transform it faster.
Would you still do meditation just twice a day?
Actually, for sitting meditation, long period of time, twice a day is the minimum, or actually not minimum, that is kind of moderation. If you have time, you can take advantage any time. Instead of half an hour, you can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Whenever instead of the break time, you go out, you smoke, or you chat, right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's hard and you losing the energy. Instead of, okay, you find a good spot, you just sit down, or even though okay, you can, it's only 5 minutes, you can stand outdoor. You breathe the fresh air. That is 5 minutes standing meditation. It's still help, right? So depend on how much benefit you get out from the practice. And when you see, experience the benefit, no one tell you, and you take advantage right away every single moment you have. That we're talking about when we have a free time. And if we know how to apply that into the work, I mean, okay, whenever we work in any project, we concentrate on that one at a time, fast but relaxed. Okay, fast but relaxed. That's why in the Vietnamese we have the term bận rộn. That means busy, crazy. We want to be busy, but we don't want to be crazy. So that means it has two different levels. Busy, talking about the physical, crazy, talking about mind. The same in Vietnamese, bận. That means, okay, we have to work physically all the time. But our mind, not wrong, not crazy, not be stimulated all the time. So, if we work in that way, our physical moving, no problem, it will help to clear up on the obstruction, it will help the blood flow, the muscle, twitching and the tendon stress out. But if our mind still relaxed, still in stillness, it's really helpful. But on the other hand, whenever the physical stress out, okay, the mind will get stuck in that and will lose in unmindfulness. So you can do anytime, anywhere. Alright? Alright, next question.
Why did you say that you could do a 6 or 7 day retreat in Europe, but only 3 days in the United States? You said something about time.
Yeah, because in Europe, they have a minimum 5 to 6 week vacation.
I thought that might be what you meant,
yeah.
But I wanted to.
But here, you have only 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Secondly, you know, in European countries, they not allow people to work all the time. Not weekend, not at night time. So you're not going out shopping or doing anything else. So you have a lot of free time. You have a moderate life. Here, we take advantage of working all the time. And if we have the free time, we go shopping. But over there, even though okay, you want to go shopping at night and weekend, they're not open. So go to learning, go to practice. Seems like good. And then the other benefit that actually in America we can do that too, because we can fly from one state to the other state. In Europe, if I have the seminar in one country and I didn't make an announcement in advance, because the workshop are just spread it out and they just invite me to have. So when I conduct a retreat here in Switzerland, people from Switzerland cannot participate. But when I go to England, okay, the next week and the following week, and they can have off or we can fly to England to participate in England. Right? And then the people in England didn't have opportunity to participate in England. But when I go back to France or to Germany, they fly to Germany to learn. because they have more vacation than in America and they have more free time. Yeah, that's it. And another thing too, in America, the alternative medicine not really with support from the government, especially the pharmaceutical industry tries to spread that. But in Europe, especially Germany, they very support. Germany and France very support alternative therapy. So that's why more and more healthcare professionals, they really love this one, and they appreciate it a lot. Yeah. Alright.
We say the fourth food is we reap the most benefit for the energy. So what practice we do to get the fourth food?
Oh, that's the longer you sit in meditation, you get into samadhi, and you connect almost depend on how deep you are there. You will get the whole energy directly from the universe. You see, for example, we're just talking about the sunlight only, right? You see only a few hours looming on the tree right there. And they hit you with the water, with the energetic, right? So all that energy absorbed and lowered the plant and the animal and earth, okay, inject that one. So now we learn how to absorb that energy directly without any interference around. That is only in the samadhi. So it has that way, it has to go from the first state of the mental body up. And this one is not only in one lifetime, it's for everyone in almost forever. It transfers from one planet, from one galaxy to the other. Yeah. We can absorb that in the first stage too, but very minimal. The more concentration, the more mindfulness, the more energy we can get that way.
You said something about sleeping and which way you should sleep. Because I know in feng shui you have north, south, east, and west, and which way you think is the best way to have your head pointed?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I think I already told that one already, but I will repeat again. When, for some, especially for some very serious practitioner, they never lay down. You know that, right? Have you ever heard that? Yeah. Then I have some in China, or even in America, the 10,000 Buddha tradition? 10,000 Buddha city tradition. That means our master Wang Hua in North California. That tradition, not sleeping by laying down. They sleep by sitting in meditation posture. And the threefold chair, right? So we sit in the middle and we fall back, the front, the back, wherever. Even though you are in the sleeping state, but if you move your body, that means you lean forward, your forehead hit the bone down and you get hit. When you lean backward, you turn the back one, it boom, you get hit. So that way, they would train in a way, even though we still look like a statue, not moving, it's just relaxed and the energy continue to be breath and to flow. The reason, because I explained to you, we still carry on some trait of our million-year ancestor and animal, and the spinal cord is in horizontal. So slowly, evolution, okay, lift up to free the first 2 feet be our hand. And also when the spinal cord vertically, our brain and our eyes start to look further, start to get bigger. Why? Because the material, the heavy material, if we pull down by the earth gravity, and automatically the fresh air and the energy will flow up along the spinal cord to lower the main organs. And finally it go up to the brain, to murder our brain and get out to totally liberation. See? So if we lay down, the more we are laying down position, that means we go backward of evolution. You see? So that's why some really serious practitioners, they just want to say, okay, terminate the death, life and death, birth and death cycle in one lifetime. So they don't want to go back. They want to take advantage of all the cosmic energy to convert that and transform that into the higher level, transform in one lifetime. So never lay down, don't want to go back anymore. So by the time when they have a vow, so they always sit, not even stand. Because when you stand up, when you move around, the lifting and the pulling down energy back to the earth still happen. Only sitting down cross-legged, that is the best way to block the energy leaking and to break it up. But the Buddha always recommend the middle way, not too extreme, right? Because that they can practice by majority for everyone. So he doesn't want to go to any extreme. So the Buddha still allow us to go in the middle way by laying down sleeping. But first, he recommends we not eat full, we not growing full, too comfortable, too good. We may sleep longer, right? We eat too much, our belly too full, and we feel headache, we feel sleepy. So that's why, okay, eating, growing, and sleeping never let it satisfy 100%. And also when we lay down, if we lay down head toward north, and the North Pole is a higher magnetic field, stronger. So if we lay down the head toward the North Pole, the magnetic field will always pull the energy from our energy complex along the spinal cord to the head, to the brain. So even though we are laying down to rest, to recharge, the energy still flowing from the bottom of our feet up to restore in our energy complex, and continually we pull up the spinal cord to the up to the brain. So we will stand in the state of wet and alert, even though we are resting, not in the reading state, not lifting energy by the reading state. Right? And also, when we sleep less, we not be polluted by the negative energy in the universe. We not be lifting the energy by the rest state. You see? And so the Buddha allowed us to sleep for 5 hours. Head to work north. Not enough.
You mentioned samadhi several times today. Do you have any sort of technique or advice or information as to how to get into a deeper state of meditation in samadhi?
Yes. First, we need to go step by step. If we still have to work to deal with the environment, with people, we need to practice mindful living. Every single step. That means in general, every single activity in mindfulness. So our brain wave moves slowly, it's not stimulated. And secondly, by that activity, that practice, we concentrate enough, we spend enough energy for the work only. We not be attached to the extra activity. We not project out the wrong thought to waste our energy. So if we not waste our energy, we don't need to retract much, right? It looks like if we use the battery whenever we need to turn it on, whenever we don't need to be turn it off. So we save the energy instead we turn it on 24 hours. So that is the first basic step. The second one, again, the food we eat, the drink we drink, are the things we use in daily life. Have to be compatible with that. Because we cannot separate the body from the mind. Some people say, or some people think that they can sit and practice praying, meditation, or chanting under the mantra. And then they don't care about the lifestyle. They can eat whatever they eat, they can drink whatever they drink. But actually that's not true. Because unless you are the one already enlightened, that means your mind can be controlled by your own. So it can control the body, it can control the physiological body, it can control the environment. You will not be affected by that. You're okay. But if you get to that level, you don't need to practice anymore because every single activity in your practice. But in reality, not many people do that. Not many people have that ability. Therefore, we cannot separate our body from our mind. If we continue to drink coffee, tea, alcohol, that means it will stimulate your physical body and the physiological body, right? And if it stimulates both that body, so how about the psychological body, I mean your mental? It will stimulate, but how can you sit still? How can you get into samadhi when you still consume like that? And about the food, if we still continue to eat a lot of animal protein with the bad energy like we just learned, if we continue to eat, for example, garlic, or very spicy, a lot of acid, that is stimulant. And again, if the stimulant, that means, okay, it pulls up the immune system, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel fresh. Yes, it does. But remember, when it stimulates your body, your physical body, your psychological body, it has to somewhat stimulate your psychological body. You see? So that way, if we not doing that in parallel, in compatible way, we spend time to do the chanting, to do the meditation, to quiet our mind, to stabilize our mind. On the other hand, the way we consume, the way we eat, the way we drink, the way we think, the way we act in the daily life, totally conflict with that. So it wastes our time. go back and forth, back and forth. So in order to support our practice, we need to do all of that together in one direction, even though it's slowly. We cannot all of a sudden, okay, we love caffeine, we love tea, we love alcohol, we love very delicious food, we love ingredients, we love everything. We cannot all of a sudden, okay, we cut all of that. We may have to release it, cut it down, and have to do it slowly. And at the same time, you increase our practice, sitting meditation more, concentrate on our work, more mindful, etc. In that way, it will help. Otherwise, doesn't matter how much we practice, it will back and forth, because you see the way I analyze, right? I'm just talking about only one thing, the coffee, the tea, the alcohol, the spicy food. You experience that on a daily basis. You say, okay, good, you take it, but that's talking about just the crop level, the final level. You get attached to that, the mind, because you love that, right? That is dependent. That you get attached to that. If you get attached to that, how can you let go? If you cannot let go, no way you can get into samadhi. You see, so that is the final level. Everything by our mind. You can eat delicious food, you can drink coffee, that's fine. But whenever you have that drink, don't have it, no problem. Yet, it may affect your physical body, your physiological body, and the psychological body a little bit. But after that, you let go, you attach to that, so at higher level, and you can control that one back. But the problem, because as we explained, it has many mechanisms work together. When you drink, when you eat, like that, the chemical remain in our body, right? So the chemical extracted will continue to have extracted force. So that's why we continue to love it. So that is the physical level. And then from the physical dependence, it leads to psychological dependence. That means attachment. But if we can take it and we can let go, the physical dependence still there, but the psychological dependence gone. Slowly we can get rid of that easily. But we cannot separate all that body. Alright? And then firstly, after we put all that together, we have to spend more time. Look at a cup of water. Definitely have many very gross to very fine particles in there. The longer you let it sit still, the harder the sediment and the clearer the water. The same thing like our mind. The longer we sit, the clearer our mind. Or if you had a mirror, all the cloud, the moisture, the dirt, it stick on that. The longer we clean, the harder we clean, the brighter it will be. Right? And when it be still, when it be bright, it can reflect further detail, more detail and further. So from that we can send, we can accept, we can collect the energy from very high frequency, very far layer. Yeah. And also, I already told you about the pineal gland. That's the only one to help us to connect to the spiritual world. If we eat the wrong way with all the refined sugar, on the refined farm, on the ingredient, on the stimulant, it will cause it, and it blocks the connection, the transmission. Yeah. And no way we can clean up that one unless we have to have the fasting, the purification, elimination. Because that is the real particle, the real material. So we need to add material way to help to restore that. And after that, we have to do the mentally reconnection by sitting deeper, longer meditation to reconnect the channel. Another technique for breathing, again, that is the second. It will connect between the first and the third one. At first, we may have incorrect technique, right? And I explained, we breathe to the lung, maybe not down to the bottom lung yet. So and then we learn how to breathe deeper, longer, more relaxed. And after we practice that for a while, and when you get deep, you can experience after you sit for 45 minutes, half an hour to 45 minutes, you start to experience it. At first, your practice is short. After about 20 minutes to half an hour, you see your practice deeper and longer, slower, right? And after about half an hour to 45 minutes, you get shorter and shorter, and to a point it disappears. Have you ever experienced that? When it disappears, you have the feeling when you are floating on the air. The barrier between your body and the environment disappears. In the middle, when it starts too long and short, you don't feel anything, not any tension, not any feeling between your body and environment, but you still have a feeling of the air coming in and out. And you have a feeling of the warmth, like a deep, very tiny string moving. And to a point, it's shorter, 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 and disappear. In that state, you feel look like you disappear, you melt out in the air. And you don't, you have a feeling like you float, you are above the cloud. If you worry, you not experience that, you feel look like you are in the no gravity, and you scared, you cast that back and you sink. Sit longer, about 45 minutes, with a quiet mind, with a very deep breath, and you experience that. Very simple, that's not anything yet. The longer you sit, the higher you can connect, and you see you really, really can go to different states. And that's what we call the astral body. We always have that. That way, even though we are in the sleep state, we still can connect with the universe. We still can hear the sound when the alarm rings. When something not down, we can unconsciously pick it up. Because the astral body, that the energy body is still, when we are in the sleep state, or when we are in the sound state, it goes out of the physical body. It gets out, it breathes. So we can see, we can feel the energy around it. Especially early in the morning. In the early morning, when you sit in meditation in stillness, you can, even though you sit by yourself, and if you sense it, if you quiet enough, you will feel some other energy around you. You will see some other, you will feel some energy around you. That is early in the morning. All right. Anyone have another question?
if you feel the energy, that means that the one of your five sense sắc thọ tưởng hành thức như thầy. Cái mình feel energy cũng như là mình thọ cái hay là sao?
That is a feeling, but that is one of the five skandha. But sometimes by your imagination, the feeling, the emotion. But if you sensible enough, if you in the very stillness, that means you don't have any tension, you don't see any barrier between you and the environment. And you experience that from day to the other day totally different. And the energy around you different. It's not the same frequency, the same energy. For example, right now you still can have that capacity. If you close your eyes, right, and you sit there, and you have five of your relatives sit around you in the physical body, even though you not open your eyes. But if you listen to the sound of the breath, you smell, right? You can tell who is who, right? That is the gross level. But talking about what I'm talking about, that is the energy level of invisible being. They have different frequency, they have different level. So you will feel the position of the energy of each one different. It's not the same for five people, for example, five beings. And someday you feel the energy, for example, on your right, different. It's not every the same. Or maybe for a period of time you see the same, but after a few weeks, a few months, and you see different energy. And the one from the right different with the one from the left, the one from front different with the one from the back. Yeah.